In this step-by-step guide, we will show you how to grow petunias from seed easily and successfully. So get ready to plant some seeds and watch them grow. With a wide range of colors, bloom sizes and plant sizes, petunias are a top choice for many gardeners. They grow incredibly well in containers, flower beds, landscapes and hanging baskets. Subscribe and press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update from urban gardening. Always choose good quality seeds as they have high germination rates, which means more of your seeds will grow into strong, healthy plants. When I am sowing a lot of seeds, I like to use a small container and then plant up the seedlings when they get big enough. Fill the container with the seed starting mix or blend your own mix by using 40% Cocopeat, 30% compost such as vermicompost or leaf mold, and 30% river sand or perlite. Firm and press the soil with a flat object to make an even surface. Now moisten the soil mix thoroughly. Petunia seeds grow best when they are raised in trays or containers and transplanted to the final spot once established. When starting petunia plants, remember the seeds are very tiny. It's easy to overplant the container, ending up with dozens of seedlings you don't need. Sprinkle them gently on top of the soil using only a small pinch of seeds. It is best to plant petunias anytime from September to November or late Jan to mid-March. Petunias need to be surface sown, meaning just sprinkle the seeds on top of the soil medium and provide light or cover very lightly, just enough to cover the seeds. This will help maintain moisture levels. Once the seeds are planted, lightly water until the soil is moist. Misting or sprinkling the soil works best because pouring water over the seeds can cause them to shift. Petunia plants are best grown in full sun. Choose a location that will receive at least 6 hours of full sun each day. Petunia seeds should germinate in 10 to 12 days. During this phase, keep the soil moist but never wet or dry. Take extra care to make sure seeds and seedlings don't dry out. Petunias in containers also need more watering depending on their size and the volume of the soil that they contain. A good rule of thumb is to allow at least 1 inch of soil on the top to dry before you water them again. Check seedlings daily to determine if they need watering. Seedlings can easily suffer if they are allowed to dry out. Soil should always be moist but never have standing water. Now that the seeds have germinated and you see true leaves on your plants, they require good care for another 2 to 3 weeks. Continue to water and provide at least 5 to 6 hours of sunlight per day until seedlings have 2 to 3 true leaves. Once they have their true leaves, you can begin the process of transferring them into a larger container. Be careful not to damage the plant or roots. Try not to disturb the roots much while taking plants out of the container because there is a higher probability of root ball getting disturbed. Always transplant your petunias on a cloudy, cool morning. This will stress the plants less than planting on a hot, sunny day. Take a big pot around 20 to 25 inches wide and 6 to 8 inches deep to allow the roots to expand. In order to avoid waterlogging, make sure the pots have drainage holes at the bottom. Petunia plants need a well-drained soil enriched with plenty of organic matter. Prepare soil mix by adding 50% garden soil, 30% compost, and 20% river sand. Create a shallow hole in your soil and put the root ball into the hole. Detangle its root ball and spread out its roots into the soil. Most petunia varieties require at least 8 to 10 inches between plants for healthy growth. Dig a hole for each plant large enough to accommodate the root ball. While holding the plant in place, add soil around the roots until they are fully covered. Place the top of the root ball even with the level of surrounding soil. Fill with soil to the top of the root ball. In a big pot around 20 to 24 inches wide, we can easily plant 5 to 7 petunia plants. Water thoroughly, this settles the plants in, drives out air pockets and results in good root to soil contact. Before placing your pot in full sun, let it acclimate to its new pot in light shade first for next 2 to 3 days. Petunia plants are best grown in full sun, so choose a location that will receive at least 5 to 6 hours of full sun each day. Weeds can spread almost like wildfire, choking your desirable plants and depleting the soil of nutrients. Taking a hands-on approach is the only effective way to stop weeds. When weeds are pulled, any root, stem or pieces left behind in the soil can re-sprout into another weed. To put it basically, you have to get the entire root or the weed will grow back. During the growing season, keep in mind that the container grown plants will need additional fertilizer to encourage healthy growth. For that, mix 1 tablespoon NPK in 1 liter water and add 50 to 60 ml per plant. Repeat after every 18 to 20 days to boost flowering and budding. A good idea is to fertilize your plants monthly because this will ensure growth without over fertilizing. At this stage of growth, buds will start to form. Petunias prefer direct sunlight all day long. They won't produce as many flowers if they are in the shade. Keep weeds under control during the growing season. Weeds compete with plants for water, space and nutrients. Petunia plants should flower in approximately 80 to 100 days. Petunias are a popular choice for many gardeners. The numerous petunia varieties with vibrant shades and patterns make the options endless. Their blooms have a long flowering season, allowing you to enjoy the fresh, beautiful flowers for months. Deadhead petunia flowers regularly during the growing season. Snip off dead flower just above leaf nodes. Removing old flowers regularly will encourage plants to produce more flowers. Regular deadheading, however, channels the energy into the flowers. This results in healthier plants, more flowers, and an extended growing season. Petunia plants will need frequent watering during the growing season. Water when the soil is dry, about 1 to 2 inches below the surface. Test this by scratching away a little soil with your fingers. No matter where you choose to grow petunias, they will provide endless displays of blooms even in the heat of summer.